Hey guys, Romansliders here, and welcome to a new episode of Playtime. This time I'm playing Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, that was released in 1999 for the Nintendo 64, and this was one of my favourite games for the N64. It's so fantastic, and it's really great that a game based off pod racing from the Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, was ever released. And we'll choose Anakin, and we'll go straight into the first level, which is the Bunter Eve racing track, although this is the easy track which you start off with. You don't get to face the real McCoy, the one that was in the film, until the very last track of the game. Anyway, here we are, and we've very quickly overtaken Sebulba and now into first place. Now this game was also released for the PC and the Dreamcast as well. But having Nintendo 64, this is the version I'm most familiar with, and I really loved playing it. I even wrote a video game review of this game back for my primary school newspaper. That was really great. I loved it so much, and this is a fantastic game. Oh, careful, I only got through there. One of the things I really liked about this game is that the gameplay was so good, and it was just so really fast and furious to play that that it really captured the excitement of the Star Wars universe, and I loved it. It was really good fun. It's always this first track's quite simple. It's very easy to get out in front, and you just sort of keep going forward really, and making sure that you don't lose track of what's going on. Now, as I said, this game was also released for the PC as well as the Dreamcast, but it was also released in arcades as well, and I remember playing those down at my local arcade, and they had a full-sized pod racer, very much like the one Anakin is racing in, and aside from having a much better graphics engine, because they could afford to do so, as it was just the machine running the one game, it was really good fun to play. And because it had a big widescreen, you really got the sense that you were taking on all the opponents in a really fast and furious race, which you might not get the same experience on a console. Of course, this Nintendo 64 version had made use of the expansion pack, which was used to give the N64 a bit more memory, and that was mainly used to improve texture quality, which I do a quick boost there, and I'll quickly brake. You've got to be careful when using those boosts, because the engines will overheat, and if you're not careful, they'll catch fire and they'll explode. And that won't be good. And oh, careful, hold on. Just gotta maneuver my way out of. No, come on. Slowly maneuvering. There we go. Oh, overtake. Oh, you're gonna get that, Sebulba. Can we do it? It's the final lap. We're nearing the end of the race. Can I overtake Sebulba? He is, of course, Anakin's rival. And yes, there we go. Quick bit of boost, and we're just gonna keep going onto the edge. And doesn't matter. There we go. Very nice. Cool. Let's see. Well, first place. 3 minutes 22 seconds. Very nice. We'll move on to the next track, which is the Montgaza Speedway. A quick little cutscene there, but we'll skip that. And you see, if you hit A just as the if you just hit the A button as soon as the one counter goes down, then you get a nice little boost, and you're far ahead of everyone. Alright. Whoop. Careful there. Again, this is a very easy track. They get progressively harder. There are three tournaments to compete in, and each with progressively trickier tracks. So the next track after this, quick boost there. As I was saying, the track after this is a bit more longer and more trickier, which gives us a bit more of a challenge, I think. Interestingly, there was going to be a PlayStation version of Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, but that was never released. It's a shame because it definitely should have been available on as many systems as possible. Also, it was available on the Game Boy Color as well. Now, of course, with the hardware limitations, the GVC would never be able to quite emulate 3D graphics, so instead it was an overhead view 2D racer. So not quite the same experience, but you know, it was a handheld system, so they did the best with what they could. And yes, first place again. And there's a quick little cutscene there. Now all the cutscenes in this game are done with the in-game engine, as due to memory constraints. We'll go to Beebo's Wild Ride. Yeah, that's, if I can say it, that is. Now, as I was saying, all the cutscenes in this game are done using the in-game engine. That's because of the hardware limitations of the N64. All the pre-rendered cutscenes had to be removed, and most of the soundtrack, for that matter. In fact, there's only one soundtrack from the movie, which plays again and again, but it's very good nonetheless. And this is an ice world. You see, of course, in the movie, only the Bunta Eve Classic is the careful. The Bunta Eve Classic was the only race to appear, so lots of other tracks had to be created based on the various homeworlds of the different racers in this game. Anakin is the only human racer, while the rest are a big bunch of intergalactic racers themselves. Oh, this is difficult. Careful, sliding on ice here. No, oh, we hit the edge. Careful. Engine took a bit of damage there. We might have to repair that. I've got to be careful here because you do slow down, and as I've said that, I've been overtaken. But it's very important to keep your engines in good condition and to use your boost sparingly. Otherwise you will crash. It would be so cool if pod racing existed in real life. It would be great fun. It's a shame it doesn't. And also, another interesting fact about Star Wars Racer is that it holds the record for the most games sold for a sci-fi racing game, beating both Wipeout and F-Zero, so that's a very impressive feat. Okie doke. Alright, we've got to be careful here. Oh yes, nearly there. Okay, gotta make sure we get through this. Well, there was also a sequel that was released for the PlayStation 2 in 2002, which was called Racer Revenge, which featured a more grown-up Anakin like the one we see in Attack of the Clones, although that was set slightly before that film. And it was really great to see that game. I got it as soon as I could. And it was unfortunately the game never had much marketing, but it was great to see what could be done with, at the time, new graphics and what they could look like. Because I think crashed there. I think, there we go, it shouldn't matter too much as I'm well out in front. Now I've got to be careful here on this ice. I'm gonna slide, careful, yeah. Always, it's always a combination of having to use your brakes and cutting the accelerator, because you don't want to go too fast around those corners, particularly over slippery surfaces like ice, where you don't have much traction. But yes, this, I think, is a great game. Everyone should play it, as well as the sequel. That too was also great, retained all the core gameplay with a new coat of paint. Now we should gotta carefully get our way through here. Careful. Alright. Make another turn. Yep. I do think this, along with we're about to get to the final lap. Yes, here we go. Music is kicking in, and that means we are in the final stages. I do think, though, that Episode 1 Racer and Star Wars Rogue Squadron were fantastic games for the Nintendo 64 and really showed off the best of that system. It was really fantastic. And turn again. Last lap through this bridge. Cool. Past that. Careful, gotta be more careful on those turns. Alright then. And onto this. Careful. Oh! The ice. Oh, gotta be careful here. Very difficult getting control of the Podracer here. But I think we can do it. Come on. There we go. I've got to repair the engine. Oh, but I don't know if we can make this. No. Oh, poop. We lost control of the engine there. Well, I was repairing it and didn't have the necessary speed to get through, unfortunately. But yeah, this is definitely a much longer track than the last. But that's good, it provides more of a challenge, and from here on out they do get progressively more challenging. Which is what you want from a racing game, and any game really. But we are about to... Oh, no! And crash. Alright. Now we're just gonna make sure we go our way forward. And turn again, coming up to the last few corners here. Yeah, we can see can we speed up the quick boost, and yeah, there we go, we have won. Nice, great stuff. Anyway guys, I'm going to stop things here. This has been Playtime. I've been playing Star Wars Episode 1 Racer for the N64. Remember to follow me on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates, and let me know in the comment section what you thought of this game rather. So until then, peace out guys.